Hello everyone and welcome to night number 5 of our Ring of Honor special. 3 more huge matches lined up for you here this evening, including a big main event, a fatal 4-way elimination match, where we will crown the #1 contender for the Intercontinental Championship. And we are underway with the opening match of the evening. This one suggested by Mohammed MZK Punk, and it is Speedball Mike Bailey making his SWE debut, which surprised me a little bit. It's not the best core in the world, but still very usable, I think. Going up against Bandido. Should be an interesting one. Speedball Mike Bailey, if you don't know much about him, I think he had a bit of a random part of his career, I think. Something to do with, he's Canadian, I believe, and I think he came over to work in America, didn't have the right paperwork or something like that sort of stuff, whether it was on purpose or mistake, I don't honestly know. But then ended up to him getting like a 4-year ban or something like that from the America. It's a weird one. Again, I don't really know what I'm talking about, so let me know. But yeah, I'm sure I was something about that. So this is literally now his first proper run in America. He's currently obviously working for Impact Wrestling, but who knows where else it might take him in the future. But it's brought him all the way here to SWE tonight. And it's another interesting wrestler we have here now. I think he's quite... Is he quite young? I would imagine so. Then again, if he's missed 4 years, he might not be. Okay, Mike Bailey is a British actor. Speedball Mike Bailey, he's 31 years of age, so he isn't too... he's still got a lot ahead of him. Let me just see if it... Does it say here what happened? I thought it might say something on his Wikipedia page about the issue, but... Oh, here we go. In 2016, it was reported that Bailey got arrested for trying to get into the United States to compete for Evolve Wrestling. He was subsequently banned from entering the country for the next 5 years. The Observer reported that he was in the process of obtaining a visa through Combat Zone Wrestling at the time of the ban. However, the process was going extremely slow and would have forced him to miss his Evolve booking. There we go. So there you go. I was right then. There was stuff going on. So he was waiting for a work permit. He didn't have it in time because it was going slowly. He decided to try and work without the work permit and got arrested and banned from the country for 5 years. It's bad now. You walk into America now and you can just get given asylum, didn't you? Straight away now. And money, didn't you? If only you tried to break into the country when Biden was in charge. They'd be laughing. Right, that's enough politics. I don't know bugger all about politics anyway, to be honest with you. So citation needed as always. As Bailey now, did he just drop a massive punch from the top right? That was brutal, that was. Against Bandido, whose mouth bandana's gone over his eyes, though that can't be useful. Shooting star attempted there by Speedball Mike Bailey, it was avoided. And Bandido now with Bailey up on the shoulders. Gonna take him in, oh, drops him onto the knee, absolutely brutal. So yeah, we've got 3 big matches lined up for you this evening, including this one, of course. Next up, we will have Roderick Strong going one-on-one against Brian Cage. And then our main event of the evening, fatal 4-way elimination to become the #1 contender for the Intercontinental Championship. We have got Swerve Strickland, Keith Lee, Jonathan Gresham, and Jay Lethal. So it should be interesting. As Bandido once again with Bailey up on the shoulders again, drops him with a knee right into the face. And now in with that Salida del Sol, hooks the legs. This could be enough. 1, 2, oh, and 3. Wow, Bandido has absolutely won this one. Easily, to be honest. I mean, it wasn't the easiest debut for Mike Bailey, don't get me wrong, but Bandido has really showed his ability today. We've not really seen him in many singles matches, have we, really, Bandido? So this is a great singles win for him. Currently on +2 from 6 matches overall. This is going to put him up to +3 from 7 matches, which does actually put him up into 104th position. Whereas, of course, Speedball Mike Bailey on -1 from 1 match drops him down considerably in the rankings. But I'm sure there'll be lots of opportunities for him in the future. Now we have an available core for him. It's not the best one in the world, but it's still very, very usable. Right, let's move on to our second match of the night. And here we go then, match number 2 of the evening. Roderick Strong, someone who worked a lot in Ring of Honor in the past, against somebody who looks like he's going to get a big push in Ring of Honor now, alongside Tully Blanchard in Brian Cage, the Machine. It'd be interesting. We don't really know what's happening with Ring of Honor at the moment, do we really? We don't know if they got a TV deal, or I don't know if they've got any more shows coming up. I don't know anything about it at this point in time, so hopefully we see some more stuff coming out soon. I'm just going to check the Ring of Honor website now and see if there's any... type in Ring of Honor, it comes up with the Royal Opera House. Well, I typed in ROH, let's say. Tickets, there's no tickets available for anything, is there? Supercard of Honor 2022, that's the one that's already gone, isn't it? Yeah, it doesn't look like there's anything else on there then, really. Nothing on the actual website, anyway. Yeah, I just sort of wanted to see if there was any idea... Well, there's advertisements for AEW tonight. But apart from that, there's nothing really on the website. Yeah, so still no idea really when we will see any more of Ring of Honor. But yeah, Brian Cage looks to be someone who's going to be getting a lot of action there, I suppose, by the looks of it. I mean, at the moment, it doesn't look like he's going to be involved in the title picture, as that looks like it's going to be Lethal and Gresham, maybe with Samoa Joe in there as well. Joe versus Brian Cage is what I'd be interested in seeing. That would be a real battle of the brutes, that would, wouldn't it? Referee up to a 5 count now. Nice takedown. Referee's at a 7 count in. Brian Cage still working over Roderick Strong. Is he going to try and win this one by count out? Looks like it. Straight into the barricade. Referee's up to an 8 count. Is Roderick going to be able to get back up and in the ring before the 10? He does. Gets in just at the 9. And Brian Cage, let him have that bit of time on the outside of the ring to recuperate. And now that might come back to bite Brian in the backside, to be honest with you. Big strike in the face, and Roderick Strong now seems to be in more control, bringing Cage back into the middle of the ring, going to take him up into that X-Plex. And now up on the shoulders as well, but Brian Cage able to break free. And now Cage taking Strong up into that big powerbomb, keeps the grip, pulls him up for the second big powerbomb, keeps the grip and pulls him up for the trifecta of big powerbombs. And again, Cage going to take him up for another powerbomb. Wow, Cage powerbombs Strong 4 times before trying to hit a moonsault, completely missed it. Brian Cage up on top once again. This time with a big crossbody, and that's a huge crossbody. That sort of body weight coming down onto you is massive. As Brian Cage now with a drill claw out of nowhere. This could be a quick match, this one. 1, 2, and no, only a 2 count. Okay. Roderick Strong able to survive the drill claw and 4 big power bombs as well to continue this match on. In with a lovely full Nelson backbreaker. As now Strong raining down the rights and the left. Big Cage back up with a boot in the face of Strong. Now bringing him back up to a standing base. And Roderick Strong now. Again with that release suplex. Cage back up, springs off the ropes into that tornado DDT. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful there. Slamming the arm into the mat as well. Spine busted out by Cage. Stacks Roderick Strong up with a high angle. Will this be enough to keep Strong down? It's not. It was close though. Brian Cage now once again to the outside. Roddy meets him on the outside, now sending him back into the ring. And Brian Cage, got dive to the outside, completely flattens Roderick Strong. Wow, what a dive. Roderick Strong now with a clap around the ears. Lovely German on the outside. And this match has really struggled on the outside, hasn't it, really? Brian Cage breaks the count, now sends Roderick Strong back into the ring. Nice front drop there by Roderick Strong. Roddy now with the big boot on the back of the arm. And Roddy now in that suplex backbreaker. Will that be enough? That's a huge amount of weight for him to get up and take down. And he's got it, Roderick Strong. What a win that was. To come back from what looked like an absolute domination by Brian Cage after those power bombs and the drill claw. Roderick Strong gets the win. That moves him up to +1. Whereas Brian Cage, who was on +1, is now going to move down to 0. Switching places now by the looks of it. So a great win there for Roderick Strong. I don't know if we're going to see much more of him this week. I don't think I've got him lined up for any more matches, to be honest. We could do. There's still a couple of spaces here and there. I do have a couple of matches lined up for Brian Cage, though, this week. So be interested to see those over the weekend. So yeah, I'm going to love you. And what am I going about? We've still got one match left. I'm not going to love you and leave you. I'm going to see you in a split second for the main event. And here we go then, we are underway, fatal 4-way elimination. Of course, there's always a point for each elimination, plus an extra point for the winner, and an opportunity to face off against Chris Jericho tomorrow night for the SWE Intercontinental Championship. Should be interesting, this one. So, obviously, Lethal is a big name from Ring of Honor in general. I was going to say Ring of Honor's past, but he's Ring of Honor current as well now, isn't he, really? Gresham is a massive name in Ring of Honor current as well. Swerve looks like someone they could potentially use a bit more in the future. Of course, he made his debut at the Supercard of Honor not long ago. And potentially we could see Keith Lee over there. I mean, as I said earlier on, we still don't really know what's going to happen with Ring of Honor. We don't know if they're going to get any TV deal or anything like that. There's nothing on the website that states the next shows or anything like that. So it really is just a bit of a waiting game. But Keith Lee is someone I think would be pretty cool over there. And again, I said earlier with Brian Cage, what about Keith Lee versus Samoa Joe? That would be a very interesting match again. But yeah, it should be a very good match. Of course, we've seen Lethal and Gresham already this week. Have we seen? I don't think we have seen Swerve or Keith Lee as of yet. No, we haven't. And they're not scheduled for any more matches, of course, unless they win this one. As Keith Lee now locking in that submission on Lethal. Gresham and Swerve on the outside. Just noticed that Gresham, Swerve and Lethal have all got a combination of a blue, black and white attire. There you go, that's a new stable for you. Maybe Swerve could join the Foundation. Of course, Lethal and Gresham are as a tag team as the Foundation. We have not really. I think we used them as part of the tag team tournament for the original tag team champions, but apart from that, we've not really used much of them, to be honest. That's just because we've got so many people, so many tag teams. It's difficult to squeeze them all in, isn't it? Really. That's club in the face, and now Lethal in with that neck breaker as Gresham has the octopus stretch locked in on Swerve. Lethal now springs off with that cutter. The lethal injection. There's the pin on Keith Lee. Could this be the first elimination? It is. Keith Lee is gone in absolutely no time. Keith Lee to libble dibble doubt you. Keith Lee drops down to -2. And Jay Lethal, who was on -1, is now going to move up to 0. Chance for Lee to really build himself up here then, isn't there? As, Jay Lethal drops... Not Lee, sorry, Lethal. Jay Lethal dropping Swerve face first as now Gresham has him pulling that arm back. It's not enough though. Look at the stare by Strickland, just staring at Gresham. It was terrifying to see. Lethal now headed up to the top. Look at that big splash. Referee is counting. Oh, it's not quite enough for the free. Lethal dropping the knee on the inside the arm of Strickland. Strickland taking Lethal down. Nice elbows right in the head there by Gresham. Boot in the spine. Gresham's in control at this point in time. Looking to go after Swerve, but able to avoid it. A Swerve with a big knee in the face of Jonathan Gresham. Now dropping the knee once again, twisting the ankle. There's the boot in the face. Lethal re-entering the ring. Gresham got his knees up. Gresham now, nice scoop, slam and takedown. As Lethal taunting away at the crowd. Lethal gets on the back of Gresham, in with that German suplex. Nice standing Spanish fly by Swerve. Now has Lethal in his sights. And in with that slam. Nice spine buster there by Lethal. Lethal now drags along. And now springs back in with that lethal injection once again on Gresham. Here's the pin. Will that be enough to get the second elimination? If it is, then Lethal's laughing with the points. It is. Lethal picks up his second elimination of the evening, puts him up to +1 in the rankings now. And Gresham, after having that big triple threat win, did he have a triple threat win? I think he did, yeah. Big triple threat win earlier in the week. He's now dropping points left, right and centre, isn't he? Drops down to +2 as Swerve Strickland now. The boot in the chest. Swerve now in. Lovely takedown. Nice drop kick in the back of the head. Strickland in with a big moonsault from the top. And now in with that 450 splash. Strickland now looking for the cutter. Lethal pushes him away, and Lethal with that running neck breaker. Lethal big clothesline flattens Swerve. Nice takedown by Lethal, who now goes in with the knee bar, but too close to the ropes there. Strickland able to break free. In with a neck breaker. Lethal rolling Strickland through, now dropping him face first. Strickland now on the back, springs straight into the flatliner. That could be enough to see Strickland go through. I mean, we've not really seen much of Strickland so far in this universe, have we really? This is a big opportunity for him to really skip the queue and get straight into a championship opportunity against Chris Jericho. There's the pin. Too close to the ropes once again. Strickland just rolls around Lethal. Big slap across the chest. And now Strickland with Lethal up. Oh, I thought he was going to go tombstone, but lifts him up into that gutbuster. But Lethal's back up on his feet once again now. Lethal now drags Strickland across to the ropes. And he springs off. Lethal injection, the third of the match. The previous two have got him eliminations. With a third. 1, 2, and oh, it's only a 2. Only a freaking 2. Nice boot right in the face. Swerve once again with a pin. Is this enough damage to take him through? It is! Swerve Strickland able to get the victory. I mean, Lethal had a great night anyway. He's still going to come out of this one with +1, which means he's going to end up on 0 overall. Whereas Mr. Strickland, who was down on -2, is going to get himself an elimination and a point for the win to put him up to 0. So that's a great win for Strickland. And Strickland, like I said, tomorrow will be getting himself an opportunity at the Intercontinental Championship, facing Chris Jericho in the main event of our Saturday show. Right, I'm going to love you and leave you. I hope you have enjoyed. Of course, if you have, hit the like, subscribe, with the other good stuff, and I will see you again very soon. Well, tomorrow, actually, for one of our special shows. So the 2 weekend shows are going to be 5 matches each rather than 3 matches. So they will be longer. There's a lot more action coming up. Tomorrow's episode, I've got lined up for you Damian Priest versus Rush. I've got Steiner and Son, Bron Breakker and Rick Steiner defending the Tag Team Championships against the Young Bucks. We've got Killer Cross going up against Tommaso Ciampa. Of course, we've got Jericho versus Shane Strickland, and we will see Tully Blanchard Enterprises, the full trio, Brian Cage, Toa Leone, and Khan in action as well. And on Sunday, we've got Ciampa versus Liger. We've got Sasha Banks versus Deonna Purrazzo for the Women's Championship. We've got a fatal 4-way elimination tag team match, the Briscoes versus the American Wolves versus Future Shock versus the Kings of Wrestling. We've got Damian Priest going up against Brian Cage before the big main event on Sunday, Kenny Omega versus CM Punk for the SWE Championship. Good night, God bless, I'll be saying I love you all, and tutty buys.